Ken Preston figure reviews. Probably gonna have to change that name soon, I don't like it. Anyway, we'll get to that. Today we're doing a review of the Hulk Deluxe set by Hot Toys. Now, I never actually thought I'd get to review this because, you know, I didn't think I'd get it. But my brother managed to get it while we were in New York. We'll get around to that in a minute though. Sorry that I've been gone away for a bit. It's been about 2 months, something like that. But yeah, I've been saying over and over again that I'll get back to reviewing because I've still got a lot to do. But I don't know, it's just difficult of where to film. Because I sort of got from in the living room when everyone's not in here. But yeah, as I say, we're doing the Hulk figure today. It is a deluxe set. My brother got it from Midtown Comics in Times Square. It was $380 plus tax, whatever. I think it's about 320 quid in England. That's on Forbidden Planet, that's all I know. So it wasn't that much more expensive, and it was just better to actually get something while we were there. Amazingly, he carried this on as hand luggage. And I'm amazed by that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we're going to get round to unboxing the figure now. Actually, see how wide it is and how tall it is. And it's got a handle on the side. And I mean, if there's anything that's going to look very suspicious at an airport, it's this. But anyway, we're going to get around to the review now. I'm going to have to do this in stages because I can't get this out on the sofa. It's just too big, so we're going to cut to that now. So here we go. We've got the box out the shipper. And it's a two-man job, definitely. It's not an innuendo. But we've got on the front, got another sticker, Midtown Comics. Got Marvel, Avengers, Age of Ultron. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of similar to the other Age of Ultron boxes, other than instead of having, say, Captain America on it, you've of course got the Hulk. So it says Hot Toys at the bottom, movie masterpiece, and then you've got like this texture, you can hear it. I'm gonna rub that. And it's the Avengers A. Because this is the deluxe one, it actually has a different picture to the regular version. I don't know if the box is any different, I don't know, but that picture is different. I actually prefer this one to the other one, because this one he kind of looks like he's actually about to fight someone, and in the other he kind of looks like he's having a mugshot done, because he's kind of like, and it's fucking creepy. Anyway, on the side we've got Hulk's fist, and then it sort of runs out as bits. Oh, it says it on the other side. It has the white lines running through here. Running through my mind. On the back says Hulk MMS 28716 scale deluxe collectible set. Got the purple A. Now it's not textured, but you get the gist. And on the side it says Hulk MMS 28716 scale deluxe collectible set. On the top, Hulk MMS 28716 scale deluxe collectible set, and on the bottom it has nothing. What you'll do is you'll spin it round, pull this tab, pull this up, pull this out, and then you'll see the cast and crew who created the figure. It says Hulk MMS 287, and it's kind of like got a faint picture of his fist in the background. And then you will have the polished styrene sort of clamshell, and then your extra bit, depending on whether you have the deluxe or the normal version. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to review it as the normal version first, and then if you're not really interested in the deluxe version, just go do whatever. But I'm going to do that in the second part, and then my final verdict. But you know, if you're not really interested in seeing the deluxe set, just don't watch it, but whatever. So we're going to cut away now so that we can do this next part. Right guys, so we've got the Hulk and the Hulk's polystyrene clamshell out of the box. You can see he's very happy to be on my world famous toy review show, where we get up to 10 views. But I love those viewers I love all the subscribers. So obviously the Hulk is out of the box. We've got the extra deluxe. This only comes with the deluxe, the extra upper torso. So you just take off this torso and then put that one on. It's got another extra head sculpt as well, which is fantastic. I mean, when I was going to get this figure, I had literally no interest in the deluxe set. I just pre-ordered the normal one because I didn't really care. But when you actually see it in person, it's sort of a necessity for a Hulk figure. I think that pose. And the face on this can be a little bit distracting sometimes, because that one's just a bit better. So obviously you'll take off this clamshell here, including the extra deluxe set. Everything falls out, it's great. So you're all plastic. This is where the Hulk figure would be. They really protect it very, very well. That wasn't sarcastic, by the way. And you got the extra hands, which have posable fingers. I'll go into them with more detail when I actually pose the figure. But that's about it, because he doesn't come with a heck of a lot. That was an obvious little diss there to Octobotanus. Don't like him very much. But yeah, let's get on with the review. Right, so now we've got him sort of on his own without the box. I'm actually going to do the posability first. Now, there's no point of me doing any posability with the extra torso, apart from the head, because he doesn't move. It's just sort of like a statue. It's understandable. But we're going to do the posability and also just go over how fantastic this figure is. If you're worried about seeing the sort of the scale of it, I mean, to be honest with you, you can't really get the scale of it until you actually see it in person. It's huge. But I'm going to show it with the figure at the end. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. So we're going to start off with obviously the head. It is a great likeness. I mean, I like I said last time, I'm sounding like a broken record. Pretty much every single head sculpt that Hot Toys does now is dead on, or just sort of, you know, well, it's great. Some aren't dead on, but this is spot on. I think the colour's great as well. And like people actually said about, well, they said about this new Hulk compared to the old Hulk, this colour is better. I agree, but the thing is that with that old Hulk, you've got to remember he was in New York, and with this, he's in Sokovia. So he's going to look a different shade, and they have to capture that as it is on screen. So yeah, I do think it's correct. But I don't think that it's, in a way, better than the old one, because it's just two different films. In terms of accessories, depending on whether you get the deluxe set, I personally think this is better, even though I don't own that other figure. The pants are a lot better, obviously, but that's just a choice of the film. And I overall just sort of think the likeness is better and the choice of head sculpt. But yeah, let's go on to the posability. So his head can spin left. It's really, really tight. I don't know why. It can look right about safely that much. It can probably spin 360, but I'd be careful about the paint. It can look up on a neck joint that much, and then it can look down, and not a great deal, but just as much as you really need him to. And you can see, well, I don't know if you can see the sort of skin on the figure flexing around there. If I move it down, so it does kind of move realistically as well. I mean, it's not going to be moving around on your shelf or your cabinet, but it moves around very realistically, and it's better that it's in the neck, because when I'm posing a figure and I'm lifting the head up and the head comes off, it's a bit annoying. So it's better that it actually moves in the neck. But the whole body's kind of made out of this sort of rubber with a hard, shell underneath. Flexing. But yeah, that's it for the head. The arms don't actually sort of lift out. They go in a bit further than that, and then you can see this weird gap here, but obviously they can't really help that. And then it goes up about that much before the entire torso starts swinging side to side. You can bend his arm on a ratchet joint. You'll be able to hear this now. When I just bend it in. And it can bend in a great deal. I mean, like, yeah, as you can see, that's 90 degrees. His skin does kind of bend, like I said about that rubber. You can also see all the veins all over his body and the muscle definition. It's fantastic. The hairs on his chest, the little green nips. You can hear that ratchet joint, which people said it was unsettling. I don't. I find it entertaining for some reason. His bicep can rotate forward and back just a tiny, tiny bit. You can sort of see that skin moving and it's unsettling. His wrist can spin 360 degrees, but it can't actually move on the ball joint. It can a tiny, tiny bit, but other than that, there's not a lot of range of motion. There is no ab crunch. It's just solid, but the whole torso does move forward and back. His leg can move forward again using a ratchet joint, just about that much, and then you can bend his leg. Can you bend his leg? I'm not actually sure about this. I don't think I've... Yeah, you can bend his leg at the knee. Of course you can bend his leg at the knee. Just under 90 degrees, I'd probably say. Yeah, you can hear that just going again, so it's not actually the knee. It's very, very stiff, that knee joint. He has... You can't even pose this in. He has a bit of ankle pivot, forward and back, side to side, and then you can spin his foot. I'm guessing 360 degrees, but like I said, it's very stiff. I don't want to try it. But that's it for the posing. And obviously, just keep an eye on this head because it probably will change in the next couple of minutes. But there's posability. Now we're going to move on to a few poses. Hey guys, so here's the figure in quite a simple pose. Got to do this because I can't actually get him in the full frame. He's pretty big. But, yeah, I reckon it's gone a bit darker now. I should have really turned the flash on. But, oh well, so here's the figure in quite a simple pose. Just stood there. Here's the extra upper torso. It's moulded into that position, so there's not really a lot you can do with this, but yeah, you can see it's great detail. You can see that extra head sculpt. Sorry, I forgot. It's the first time you've not seen it. And one other thing I forgot to mention, this actually does have the... It's not the purse system, because it's not parallel. You have to do each individual eye, and it moves around, but yeah, you get the gist of it. I'd prefer the purse system, but obviously they can't use that because that's sort of a DX thing. But yeah, you can see this looks fantastic. For an extra, I think it's... In England, it's 70 quid, so yeah, it was an extra $100, I think, in America. But I think it's worth it. For an extra head sculpt and an extra upper torso, basically half a figure. I know it's moulded, but you know, I think it is definitely worth it, and I kind of feel like it's incomplete without it. So my views have changed in the past 2 weeks, but yeah, there's the extra upper torso. We'll put it in one more pose, and then I'll give my final verdict. Hey guys, so here he is in the final pose. I lied, sorry, I didn't want to use that upper torso. But here you go, this is the final pose he's now going to stay in on the shelf, hopefully, if he'll fit on. But yeah, I just thought this was a nice one to end it with. Because really the thing is with this figure is there's not a lot of poses you can actually do. But he looks good in any one that you do. Because of the scale of it and the what is of the costume. And the muscle definition and just the head sculpt. And I mean, compared to other things, it's not terrible. 250 quid just for this as you see it now. The extra torso is an extra 70, 320. I'm sure you can all do maths. But yeah, this is what you get for 250 quid. I think that's spectacular because considering other figures are what, ranging from, depends now, what was Ant-Man? Ant-Man was 215. That review's coming, by the way. I got that figure in New York. That's what I got. I'm going off track. That review's coming. Anyway, but yeah, that, you know the difference. 35 quid for a huge figure like this. And I know it takes up a lot of room, but you know. I think if I remember rightly, the old one, I think the old one was something like 350, something like that. I can't remember, but they've dropped the price down and they've improved it, so hey, it's a win-win. The Hulkbuster figure, it should be coming out soon to go with this. I'm not entirely sure whether I'll be able to do a review of that, so I'm not going to promise that. But £700 that is, compared to this, which is 250. I mean, well, obviously, it's just more proof of Hot Toys' their ongoing obsession with Iron Man. But, you know, they can stick to that. But the price difference is what I'm getting at. And I'm not singing Hot Toys praises, because I do think they do overcharge, really. And that's not me bitching. Because, I want free stuff or sponsorship or whatever, because I really couldn't care less, but this is just great value compared to other things what we've been getting. But yeah, that's really it for the review. I think this is a great figure. I can definitely recommend it. I'd maybe have second thoughts if you don't have at least another Avenger. If you have all the Avengers, then yeah, definitely get it. But if you don't have any Avengers, then maybe think about it. But I can definitely recommend this figure. So stay tuned for I think I'm doing the Age of Ultron Thor next. And what I'll actually do is I'll show that in a minute next to this figure, like promised. Right, so tune in next time. Stay tuned to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. And I will catch you next time.